Hi students, how's it going? It's Pete Bosner here at Big Break English, your British English teacher, and in today's lesson we're going to look at how to write a cause and solution essay for task 2 writing for the IELTS test, okay? And we're going to do this in 4 very simple steps, okay? The first step is we're going to look at examining the task instructions. Second, we're going to look at generating ideas. Third, we're going to look at the overall structure of this type of essay. And the fourth thing we're going to do is I'm going to take you through each paragraph, writing each paragraph using a model as an example. Okay. And if you need more help with IELTS writing task 2, then you can download my free ebook, 12 tips for scoring higher on IELTS writing task 2, down in the description of this video. Okay, so let's get on with the lesson. Okay, so first thing to think about, examining the task instructions. Okay, so let's read the instructions together. Okay, so children are not reading enough. Why is this happening and what measures can be taken to tackle this problem? So the first thing is we have to recognize that it's asking us for this type of essay, causes and solutions essay, right? We can recognize this looking at keywords like why, okay? This could be also what are the reasons or what are the causes for this, right? So any of these keywords means that we have this type of essay where we have to provide causes, okay? And then other keywords and what measures, that's a keyword, right, can be taken to tackle this problem. Okay, so it could be also what are the solutions, right? Or can you make some suggestions, right? So these are the types of keywords to look for. Yeah, suggestions, measures, solutions, right? And for causes, words like why, right? Or simply what are the causes or what are the reasons, something like this, okay? Hey students, next up, generating ideas. Okay, so when you're generating ideas for this, first think of 2 causes, right? And then a solution for each. I would say only 2 causes because remember you have to have enough development in your paragraphs, so you don't want too many. Okay, so for example here, one of my causes was too little supervision, right? And a solution for this, I thought of parents taking a more active role in supervising reading. Okay. And the other cause I thought of was the lack of a reading culture in the family home. And a solution for this, create a strong reading culture in schools. Okay. Yes, so 2 causes and 1 solution for each. Okay, so after you have generated your ideas, then you decide on how you're going to structure your essay. Okay, so here's one way, right? I suggest 4 paragraphs. Okay, you've got basically your introduction, paraphrase the topic and outline the essay. Then your 2 main body paragraphs are your first cause with the solution, right? And the third main body paragraph is your second cause with the solution. And then your 4th paragraph is your conclusion, right? So briefly conclude by summarizing your main ideas. Okay, so I'll repeat. This way you only have 2 main ideas, so 2 main paragraphs, okay? And that means that in each one you'll have enough development. You have basically the cause, which you're going to develop sufficiently, and the solution also sufficiently developed, and the same for the 3rd paragraph. Okay, students, now I'm going to take you through step by step writing each paragraph, starting with the introduction. Okay, so here, the first thing is to write a general statement paraphrasing the one in the task. Okay, so for this we have to go back and look at the task instructions. It said children are not reading enough. That is your general statement that you want to paraphrase. Okay, so here's mine, right? A common concern these days is that young people, okay, so look for synonyms, right? Children, young people are not reading sufficiently. Okay, so enough, sufficiently. Okay. Next, outline what you are going to talk about in the essay. Okay. Okay, so here's mine. Cultural causes for this problem include both the lack of adult role models. All right, so that is one cause that I'm going to talk about, and supervision at home. That's the other cause I'm going to talk about. So in this essay, we will explore these, right, these causes, as well as offering possible solutions. Okay, so there I have talked about, or I have stated what I'm going to talk about in the essay, right, the outline. Okay, so on to the first main body paragraph. Okay, so state your first cause in an opening statement. Okay, and here's mine. One reason why. So there's a nice little introductory linker to the first cause, right? One reason why young people are reading so little is that there is no reading culture in the family home. Okay, so I stated the first cause that I'm going to talk about. That's my topic sentence. Okay, next, explain what you mean, giving an example and or details. Okay, so explain that first cause. Okay. Okay, and here's mine. So that is again a little linker to introduce the explanation. Their parents do not act as positive role models by demonstrating reading as a habit, instead exposing their children to popular TV programs that offer little educational value. Okay, so that's my explanation with some details. Okay, and the next step is offer a solution and explain it, giving an example and or details. Okay, so my solution. One way of tackling this problem is to, so again, we have a linking phrase. Try to learn a list of these linking phrases to introduce different ideas, right? So linking phrases to introduce problems, or linking phrases to introduce causes in this case, linking phrases to introduce solutions in this case. Okay, one way of tackling this problem is to create a strong reading culture in schools where high quality teachers, so here we have some details, both inspire and monitor regular reading for pleasure by students from a young age, including both intensive reading in class and extensive reading in the form of homework assignments. Okay. Okay, so that part is the solution. Okay. Okay, and after the solution, it's a good idea to link it back to your topic sentence. Okay, this way you will make sure that you are staying relevant to the main idea in your paragraph, right? So this way, when the children grow up to become parents, they will have been educated in the art of reading and will pass this on to their children at home. Okay, so that links back to the topic sentence. One reason why young people are reading so little is that there is no reading culture in the family home. Okay, so then you basically repeat this for your second main body paragraph. Okay, so go through those steps again. Okay, so first state your other cause in an opening topic statement. Okay, this is at the beginning of your third paragraph now. Okay, so state your other cause in an opening topic sentence. statement. However, another problem is that among the more cultured parents, so again, here we have a introductory link. Another problem is that among the more cultured parents who do read regularly, unfortunately, some of them give their children too much unsupervised free time, which is not used for reading. Okay, so like we did before in the second paragraph, in this third paragraph, we also need to explain what we mean in that topic sentence, giving an example and/or details. Okay, and so here this time I went for an example. Okay, so again, use a linker, right? For example, could also be for instance, or a case in point is, right? When I was a child, my parents used to read every day, but although they would stress that reading was important, they used to give me a lot of freedom to do what I wanted. So I watched a lot of TV and played video games most days, leaving little time for reading. Okay, and like before, again, we're going to offer a solution and explain it, giving an example and/or details. Okay, and here is my solution with an introductory linker again. This problem could be addressed by parents taking a more active role in supervising reading. That is to say, okay, so here we also have a linker to introduce the explanation. Okay, in the last paragraph, I think I used that is, right? And in this one, I use that is to say. Okay, so there are different linkers that you can learn to introduce different types of language, right? Problems or causes, solutions, examples, explanations, etc. Okay. So that is to say, they might start by reading to their children at a very young age, after which the kids could start to read out loud to their mother or father. Also, all right, so another solution here, families could spend time together in silent reading sessions in the living room before discussing each other's texts. Finally, all right, so it's also good to use these linkers to when you add more information, right? Also, besides, furthermore, finally, etc. All right, so learn those linkers. They're going to be very useful. Finally, some of the more addictive pastimes that get in the way of reading should be limited by parents. For example, right, here I could have used for instance, right, as a variation. Yeah. They could ban devices from bedrooms and impose time limits. Okay, so finally we have to remember to link the solution back to your topic sentence again so that your essay this way is more coherent and cohesive, right? And you'll score higher in that area. Okay, so here's mine. These measures would help to promote reading among young people. Okay, so that links back to the topic sentence, right? Yeah, so here I just added again the beginning of the paragraph, right? Where basically I said that children have too much unsupervised free time, which is not used for reading. Okay, so now we're linking back to that, saying that these measures, right, would help to promote reading among young people. Okay, so now we're ready for the last paragraph, right, writing your conclusion. Okay, so the conclusion does not have to be long, right? Briefly conclude by summarizing your main ideas. Okay, so here's my conclusion. In conclusion, again, a link word to introduce it. You could also say to sum up, to conclude, right? Remember the comma, okay? Society needs both teachers and parents as educators in reading, so that it becomes an important aspect of our culture from an early age. Okay, so that concludes quite nicely, right? So in the second paragraph, right, I mainly talked about how it's important that reading is taught habits of reading are instilled in schools, right, by teachers, right? And in the third paragraph, I mainly talked about how parents have to supervise reading at home, okay? And so those two solutions, those two main solutions, therefore tackle the problem, right, introduced at the beginning, that children are not reading enough, right? And so therefore these solutions uh, would 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 mean that children would start to read more in our culture. Okay, students, that's it for today. So I hope you found that useful. Okay, so we looked at a problem, a cause, and solutions essay, right? Examining the question, right? We looked at generating ideas for this, okay, and then the overall structure, and then finally the fourth step was actually writing it paragraph by paragraph. We also looked at some useful linkers for that. Okay, remember, learn a list of linkers. That's going to help you a lot. Okay, and so if you like this video, yeah, please like it, right? Please subscribe so you can watch more of these videos, okay, and share them with your friends, okay. And remember that you can download my free ebook in the description of this video, 12 tips for scoring higher on IELTS writing task 2. Okay? I'm looking forward to the next video and I'll see you again soon. Bye bye.